Good evening, gentlemen. Glad that you're here. It's Monday night. It's 9 p.m. It's the 12th of June. The weather has got a bit warmer here in sunny old UK. Hope everybody's okay tonight. And if you're watching this on replay, hello, good afternoon, happy summer. Hello, good evening, welcome, my dingaling, happy new year, and all the rest of it. Okay, nice to hear from you. Okay, so anyway, I don't know where my dingaling comments were, but anyway, smooth operator, nice to hear from you, mate. Hope all's good, yeah. Leeds, good evening, Eddie. What's the topic tonight? I enjoy your discussions and enjoy your streams. We've got a variety of things here, nothing too serious, but a variety of things. Nicholas, hello from the train. Okay, nice to hear from him. Nicholas is on a train right now. He must be rich. Okay, nice to hear from you, mate. Martin Ryder, Eddie, Hertz Car Rental, Valencia branch out at 1K a seed. I think he was having a bit of rumpy pumpy on the bonnet of somebody's rental car. Matthew Cartwright, good evening. Yeah, here we go again. Martin Ryder, Big Mama freelancer, put a dent in the bonnet. Oh, tell us more, mate. Tell us more. Richard O. Ed, hope you're cool. I bought some swimming trunks today from Sports Direct, then to Asda for sun cream and Bayers. Ready for the wedding. You do shop into some delightful stores. Good luck to you, mate. Anyway, good luck to you. Sceneries. Good evening, mate. Good evening. Club fellas, nice to hear from you. Big time. What are your favorite islands in Thailand? Should we do a video about that? I was planning on maybe doing a video. I'll dig some old footage and we'll talk over it. At least if I do a video like that, I'm using my own film footage rather than getting it off the internet the way some of them do. You know what I mean? Anyway, here we go. Leo Malley gets around. Hi, Eddie, watching live in the beautiful Milford Sound, New Zealand. That sounds bloody good, doesn't it? Milford Sound. That even sounds nice, doesn't it? Sounds like Paradise Found. Wonderful. Good for you, mate. Ever good for you. AJ, steaming hot today. Now it's dancing down with rain. Is that in where is that exactly? Where is that exactly? Is that in Southeast Asia somewhere? Yeah, big time. Koh Tao, best island. No, that'll feature, but not necessarily. Yours travels. Nice to hear from you. Yours, nice to hear from you, mate. Hope all's well. Thai Billy Boy, good evening. Bottle Baby, nice studio dress tonight. You mean the studio behind me? That's actually Thailand. That is. That's the island of Koh Lan. That is. Okay. Steve Zodiac, is that your yoga top? Yoga. Jesus, imagine me trying to do yoga. Put me foot and I can't. When I need to scratch me back, I mean it's painful to put my arm up there to scratch it. I couldn't. I'd be dead if I tried to do yoga. Niall M, good evening. Martin Ryder, no rain from 6 weeks in Colchester. Oh, that's all right, isn't it? We had a bit of rain the other day. I mean, Saturday was a disappointment. We heard it was going to be a heat wave. Thailand found, good evening. Big Sam, have you been to Trang, Thailand? No, I never went to Trang. I mean, it's Trang is isn't that on the mainland when you come from Koh Chang? I've been to Koh Chang many times. Wonderful place. Love Koh Chang. Neil Fleet in Wavertree. Good evening, mate. Nice to hear from you. Neil goes to Gambia quite a lot, so it's not just the big wongas who go to Gambia. Apparently, it's got plenty of stuff for the blokes as well. Yoz travels. He has a good life here, Yoz. 28 Celsius in Liverpool today. Now thunderstorms. You can't win in this country. As soon as the really hot weather comes in, you start getting thunderstorms. But lovely again tomorrow. 28 Celsius, for the round of golf. This guy knows how to live. Good for you, mate. Good for you. Martin Ryder, nice leotard head. Okay. Okay. So anyway, it's Monday evening. I mean, let's first of all pay a little bit of attention. I haven't got a picture of him, but the wonderful Silvio Berlusconi. And Silvio Berlusconi has died today, aged 86. Now, not so everyone says, but I liked him. I thought he was a real character. He was the Italian prime minister for many, many, many years, and he was into all kinds of things that he probably shouldn't have been into. But what a colourful character! Now, on the flip side of that, we're still getting boring stories about boring Boris and boring Nicola Cranky and all this kind of stuff. So this is a question here. This is a question. I'll just put it like that anyway. I'll just put it like that. Okay, so basically, this is a quick question. Why do British politicians have to be so boring? I mean, you add to that compared to their foreign counterparts. I don't know about you, but I switch off when I see another endless report about Boris. I mean, Boris is a bit of a character. I can't do a perfect Boris impression. He's a bit of a character, but for Christ's sake, as soon as an item comes on the news, I switch it off. As soon as I have the Sky News on or GB, whatever, as soon as I see that it's about Boris, I think, oh no, I just can't listen to this again. Similar to Nicola Sturgeon, who got arrested the other day, accused of all kinds of stuff. I just switched. I don't care about these bloody people. I really, really don't. And yeah, Silvio Berlusconi. I haven't got a picture of him here, but Silvio Berlusconi. Wow, what a character! He lived a high life. He was a real man's man. He was. He was. I don't think he was particularly nasty. He probably could have been. Not like some dictators. He was an elected politician, remember. But he liked the ladies. He was a bit of a lad. I mean, why can't we have a prime minister like that? Let's see. Where are we now? Tom Streeter, how are you, Ed? You looked a bit depressed in your last video. That's not unusual for me, mate. Martin Ryder, bonga. He had some lovely women, didn't he? He had some lovely, some of them were quite young. I mean, we had some gorgeous models and lovely women, and he dressed up like a Las Vegas cabaret, like Julio Iglesias. To all the girls I've loved before. I mean, absolutely wonderful. I mean, Silvio Berlusconi was a real character. He made me want to be an Italian. Smashed, good evening. Good evening, Smashed. Yes, travels. Benny died happy. He lived a life. Gemini stars here. Nice to hear from you, mate. Good, nice to hear from you. In Thailand, like that, even Eddie, what's your vlog Saturday? Honest face, it'll be interesting to see when you get the travel book again. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, Martin Ryder, Nadine Doris, Roger or Dodger. I'd Roger there. Good looking woman. And nice knockers as well. Good looking woman, definitely. It's a Roger from me. Yeah, McLaren, Mr. Eddie having sausage and pasta and chips. Oh, that sounds bloody lovely. I had sausages today, but they were a bit beefy, like kind of, fill me up. Steve Zodiac, nice to hear from you. Paul Hoskin, I would like to die with a smile on my face, or whatever her name is. Fair enough. Nice to hear from you, Paul. Yeah, I mean, really, when Donald Trump was doing a speech the other day, no, he's not the president anymore, but he's hoping to be. But as soon as I seen on the news, I think it went over live where he was doing a speech accusing people of things. And I watched Donald Trump. I watched him because he's entertaining and he's funny and he's a bit of a lad. You know, that's all right. But he's a bit of a lad. Good for him, mate. Have you seen his missus? Donald Trump's missus? Wow. He likes the ladies, just like Silvio Berlusconi. Berlusconi. I just think, why in Britain do we have the most boring bloody politicians? Boris Johnson. Oh, God almighty. John Major. Who else have we had? You know, Cameron was a little bit exciting. Who else have we had? Gordon Brown. Yuck. Yeah, you know, Dino Taylor. Dino Taylor. Private education does that to them, and the silver spoon. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, fair comment. Lovely hot chocolate. Beautiful hot chocolate. Sean Harris. Good evening, Sean. Nice to hear from you, mate. He was on last week, Sean. Hope all's well, mate. AG, they're all in it for themselves. Perfect example of reward and failure. They're all in it for themselves. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, isn't it a glamorous young bird who's been nominated for a peerage by the House of Lords or something? How the hell did she get that? Exactly. They're all in it for themselves. They're all, yeah, you know, they're all, well, everyone, to be fair, foreign politicians are in it for themselves as well. I mean, Trump is not the most honourable of people. Silvio Berlusconi is the most honourable, but at least you know, honourable. But at least they were entertaining. I mean, when you see some of the birds that Silvio Berlusconi have banged, you know what I mean? I mean, good for him, mate. Good for him. Round of applause for Silvio Berlusconi. I like him. We've had that, yeah, yeah. Gemini star Berlusconi lived the life of a gigolo. I wouldn't call him a gigolo because gigolos tend to be young, handsome men who go wear wongas like Lisa Dale. You know what I mean? I mean, he just had he knew what he liked and he lived a bloody good life. Kenny Bork, nice to hear from you. Tampa guy, he had sex orgies while wearing a barber mask. That sounds like bloody fun. That sounds like bloody good fun. That's it. Sounds like Yours Travels. He owned a football team, AC Milan, wasn't it? Loved his spinners. Cocaine and gambling. Oh, good for him. He was a real. Yeah, you could make him. I would like to see a movie about the life and times, an adult X certificate movie about the life and times of Silvio Berlusconi. I mean, I could watch that, a 3 hour epic. I could watch it the way I watched something like The Wolf of Wall Street. I hope Martin Scorsese makes a movie about the life and times of Silvio Berlusconi. That would be really, really entertaining. That. As for making a 3 hour movie about the life of Boris or Nicola Sturgeon, well, I won't be bloody watching it. I know that much. Andrew Hammond, get Nigel Farage in number 10. He'll sort the bloody country out. This current Tory party are trying to reverse the Brexit. What has happened to the Great Britain? It's gone down the toilet, mate. That's the Great Britain gone down the toilet. The thing about Nigel Farage, I like Nigel Farage. He's very, very articulate and he's a good speaker and he's entertaining and all the rest of it. But he has the knack of blaming other people. Yeah, you know, he instigated the Brexit thing. And he's admitted now that it's been a failure. It has been a failure, but he's blaming other people for it. You know, he's blaming the government for it, that it hasn't been sorted out properly. Yeah, McLaren F1 race. R.I.P. Silvio Berlusconi, chief European monger. Absolutely, absolutely. Travel and milkshake. Ed's channel is finished. No more traveling. What kind of words can I reply to that? Who needs words? Yeah, absolutely. Okay, Tony Edwards. Ola Eddie. Okay, nice to hear from you, mate. Thailand found. I don't think Boris was boring. I liked the guy for a while, but the corruption from all the politicians is starting to show. Oh, they're in an absolute. And but the thing is, all the politicians that are being thrown out for various reasons, for lying or for various other reasons. What was his name? Dominic Raab. All the other people. Matt Hancock. Uh, yeah, all of these people have been chucked out of office. They're all boring as hell. They're all. He wants to know. He wants to know anything about these people. Didn't Matt Hancock go and I'm a celebrity? I'm a celebrity. The man's got the personality of a bloody toilet brush. I wouldn't want to see him on anything. And as for Boris, no, but I just yeah, no, I just switch off whenever I see him on the TV now. Desert Coyote, mediocrity requires mediocrity in order to survive. Okay. Tom Streeter, let me just drink some hot chocolate. Oh, that's lovely, that's lovely. Tom Streeter, did you hear about the German politician who left his wife for an ex-porn star? I didn't hear about it, but it makes sense to me. Okay. Which porn star? What wasn't Anissa Kate, was it? Wait. Sam Streeter, did you hear about the German politician who left his wife for an ex? But he didn't leave for Anissa Kate, did he? He's not with Anissa Kate, my woman, Anissa Kate. Oh my God! Oh, I hope his bloody dick drops off if that's the case. Jesus Christ. Yeah, Martin Ryder. Nadine Doris is 66. She's kept well. She's still worth a bit of a Roger. John Mitch. Hi Eddie. How's things? My comments got removed from your last video. Do you know why? No. And I didn't see your comment. This is it. Sometimes if YouTube don't like something, they'll remove it before I even get the chance to see it. I don't actually know what that was, but don't worry about it anyway. I mean, you're here now anyway, John, and I'm sure you've got Colombia to look forward to. So nice to hear from you, mate. Anyway, Paul Hoskin, if you see a hole, don't waste it. Well, when I drive, I see lots of bloody holes, potholes, dreadful. Tony Edwards, what do you do, Liz Truss? I must admit, she's got a nice pair of knockers. She's got a nice pair of knockers. As for their politics, forget it. Sean Addis, Ed, Hillary Clinton, Roger or that's a dodgy for me. Not really. She wasn't bad. She wasn't bad looking when she was young. Yeah, when she was young, she wasn't bad looking, but she hasn't kept well. No, I mean, she's probably up the same age as Nadine Doris or something like that. No, I think she's older than that actually. Hillary. No, not really. Not really. Not for me. Yeah, Vin Valentine. Donald Trump is straight compared to the other misleading lying presidents. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Wayne Ritchie. Hi, Eddie. Great to see you. I'm from the USA and I'm voting for Trump in 2024. Best president ever. Well, good for you, mate. Good for you. I mean, he's a character. I'm not an American, so yeah, I mean, it's not for me to comment on who should be president. But I do find Trump. I mean, he is an entertaining character, no doubt about it. And he speaks his mind, doesn't he? He speaks his mind. I mean, even before he became president, there were people in Britain who were saying he should be banned from Britain if ever he becomes president, because his outspoken views on allowing Muslims in and all that kind of stuff. He speaks his mind. Paul Hoskin, Lisa Dale, if you're listening, 2:30 a.m. Lidl's car park. She'll be there. She can't resist a bit of the old Lidl's pork sausage. Richie, though, are you still interested in Thailand video? Was spot on. It was called something else, but thanks anyway. Thanks for that. Thanks for that. I got a big response to that video, really did. Kenny Bork, bring back Screaming Lord Such. I know where a script. What are they called? The Raven Looney Party headquarters was once, and they yeah, yeah, absolutely. A bunch of the Raven, strange. I mean, very, very eccentric, and I don't know what to make of them. What do they want to do? Privatize hot air and all that kind of stuff. Yours travels. Nadine Doris is nearly 70. Dodge that one. Younger than Pat. Yeah, okay, she's getting it. It's Sean Harris. Maggie Thatcher in her prime. Roger or Dodger. Oh, I think even when she was young, I think a Dodger. I mean, she's like, commanding and very, very charismatic. But I wouldn't want to shag Betty Davis either. I mean, Betty Davis was a wonderful, charismatic screen presence and all the rest of it, but not for me, mate. Not for me. Guy, Ed will be going to the social club now that isn't traveling. Never, never, never. Yeah, Sean Harris. What about never? Oh, that's definitely a dodgy for me. Definitely not for me. Definitely not. Paul Hoskin likes the overweight ones. Hattie. I think you mean Hattie Jakes, don't you? Hattie Jakes. That's who you mean. So yeah, McLaren. Yeah, Nicola Haddock. Oh, Nicola Trout, more like it. Seaside Freddy. What happened to Liz? She lasted about 5 minutes, didn't she? I mean, like the Laurel Aaron, what's her name? Crispy Cornflake or whatever. Apparently, he was a friend of hers. He lasted about 5 minutes. Well, what a bloody Laurel and Hardy. What a duo they were. Yeah, Matthew Cartwright, Joe Swinson, ex-Liberal Dem leader, are some big milkers. And there's another one. I noticed that the leader of the Liberal Democrats, can't remember his name now. These people are as forgettable. Even when you're watching them on TV, you've forgotten who they are. Apparently, he's another knighthood. He's a sir somewhere. You wonder where these bloody knighthoods come from. Never heard of the bloke before. Mac. Mo, Momac. Ed, why are you drinking hot chocolate when it's hot today? There's an old hippie saying, my friend, if it feels good, do it. Okay? Yeah. Tamagay, Eddie, we have to bring back Roger or Dodger, old porn stars. Do you think I'd get that past the censor? Do you really, really, really think I'd get past that monetized? Mister, nice to hear from you, mate. Nice to hear from you. David Marchant, good evening, Eddie. Hope all's well. So, yeah, nice to hear from you, mate. Richard O, the YouTube AI robots are taking over the channel. Well, YouTube is changed. It's very, very. I think when I first heard of YouTube, about 15 years ago, somebody told me he was watching a guy called Buttman on there. Anyone ever heard of Buttman? And I did see a couple of videos somewhere where he goes around, filming girls with nice asses and all. I'm watching that now. I don't know if that's still anyone's ever heard of that. But YouTube that's just not YouTube friendly in this day and age. Yeah. Adam Moss. Hi Eddie. Elaborate further on the inflation effect in Thailand. Do you think lodging, food, and the ladies are still affordable, or is the cost of getting in the fair place that went up? Well, everything's gone up. Everything's gone up, mate. The whole shebang. It's all gone up. Just about everything you can think of, except the only thing I can think of offhand is the 10 baht for a BART bus along Beach Road in Pattaya. That's about the only bloody thing that hasn't gone up. Everything else has. Toby Price, why do Americans vote for geriatrics to be president? I know it's I would rather an older person was leading the country. Absolutely, I'd rather an older person, but really not too old. I mean, even Trump. I mean, they're really getting very very old, aren't they nowadays? But I'd rather that rather than some young whippersnapper. I mean, the last few prime ministers, I'm older than them, and I don't like the idea of being older than the prime minister. Mister 87 to 97% success. Okay, fair enough. Yourselves, Adam Mossy, hotels and food still too cheap in Thailand. Flight and gales costly now. Okay, fair enough, fair comment. Sean Harris, Harriet Harman, Roger O'Donnell. She's a bit, she's nice, but she's a bit like school teacher there, isn't she? She's a bit school teacher, like the kind of nice school teacher. Not really, yeah, not really sexy. You know what I mean? Yeah, Martin Ryder has taken a leaf out of Gaz's book. We did a run on Saturday night from the Beach Club, Valencia, after eating two lobster and two bottles of rosé. They didn't even chase after us. Really, really? I wouldn't do that too often, mate. He's taking a leaf out of Gaz's book. Thailand found. I thought Jacob Rees Knob was just that, but turns out he's quite entertaining on GBM. Yeah, he is actually quite entertaining. He is. I mean, he's actually one of the more likable people, but not exactly exciting, really. Not exactly. Cats and good coffee. Nice to hear from you. Nice to hear from you, mate. That one guy. That one guy. When I hit it hard, she calls me Eddie. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Life Utopia, Boris Johnson was more of an entertainer, but look how that ended up. I don't mind them being born as long as they are competent. I mean, Boris Johnson has gone from being a buffoon to being a liar to just being bored. I mean, that's my own opinion because I can't. As soon as he comes on, anything to do with Johnson comes on, I just switch it off. I don't need to hear this anymore. Yourself, Greta Thunberg, Roger definitely Dodge. Yeah, she's only a bit of a kid. I mean, maybe she's an adult now, but some snot nosed kid who talks down to the rest of us. Yeah, put her in jail. Kiki and Jasmine. I'm going to head to Paris for about a week. The price of hotels anywhere in central Paris is horrendously expensive. Well, what would you expect? I'll have to really search for a bargain. Okay, I went to Paris donkeys years ago, and the Eiffel Tower is still well worth a visit, but I'm sure it's going to be costly. That's it. McLaren, us ripped up Brits will soon have to resort to toothy BJs after ropey looking LBs on. Oh, speak for yourself, mate, not for me. Neil Fleet, Dennis Skinner used to be a good entertainer to watch. He had a cut and wet and was the MP who got thrown out of the Commons more than anyone. He was okay. He spoke his mind, didn't he? He spoke his mind. He really spoke his mind. I mean, if you ask me, who I found the most charismatic, most fun, politician we've ever had in Britain, I can't think of one really. I can't really think of one. AG, remember Boris saying Angela Rayner was giving him blimps in the comments, dirty bitch. Oh, we got Soul the Troll in the house. So Verban, Eddie, why do you always make a disgusting noise after you take a gulp and then slam it on the desk? Also, why? No, also, why do you always need to be drinking some rubbish every 2? That nice to hear from you, mate. Nice to hear from you. I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what. It's time for that second. I'll take that up because we've had enough of that one. On that note, it's time for that second cup of hot chocolate. Where are we? Okay, I'm back. I'm back from outer space. Let's see. Yeah, life utopia. Which former PM would you want to be back in the office at? Tony Blair, David Cameron, John. I actually thought David Cameron was a very underrated prime minister. Not a likable guy. None of them are very likable, but he was very competent. He was a lot more. He knew what he was doing anyway. And George Osborne, I thought was a good chancellor. So I'd vote for David Cameron. Really, didn't like the others. Yeah, yours travels. Paris, 3 to 4 star hotel, €300 a night. God almighty. Pint of beer, €10. Can't stand that place, won't return. I went there about 30 odd years ago. Don't think I'll be going there again. Adam Moshe, Ed, you never talk about the sex in Pattaya. I think you're talking about soy sex. I hear it is fun and still affordable. Well, one of the things about soy six, it's not really the easiest place to make YouTube videos. I mean, some people in the past done it surreptitiously. Also, I mean, the sight of those scantily clad girls is not really um, YouTube friendly. And also, I think that there are other people who are involved in Soy Six who make videos about it. So I think the hardcore. Yeah, Pattaya fans and Soy Six is a very hardcore place. Is very hardcore place. I think the hardcore Pattaya fans already know about that. I heard it's still fun and still a fun. Well, it was last time I was there. Yeah, it's still fun. It's still fun. Still some lovely chicks down there, and it's affordable. Yeah, it's of course it's affordable. I mean, it's actually, to be honest with you, Soy Six. A lot of those bars there are actually better value. They've kept their good value, whereas a lot of other places have gone really expensive. Yeah. So Soy Six. Oh yeah, when I'm next in Pattaya, whenever that will be. Well, you see, my enthusiasm's coming back now. You're making me think of those glorious visits to Soy Six, aren't you? See, you put a spark in my enthusiasm is coming back now. Okay, where are we now? Cats and good coffee. Eddie, you look like an Egyptian. That's he said. An English in Thailand dressing like an Egyptian. Okay, fair enough. If that's the way you want to look at it. Kenny Bork got my new passport today, the blue one. Only took just over a week. Post office check and sent, ready to go. My passport is will be running out next year anyway, in about a year. But obviously I've got to get it done, before then. Before you've got to have it. You've got to have it six. Uh, you've got to have at least 6 months left on it. So I better get that one sorted out soon. John Mitch, Angela Rayner, Roger or Dodger. Personally, I'm beginning to lean towards Roger now. Okay, well, good for you, mate. Good luck with that. Angela Rayner, yeah, she seems okay. She seems okay. Okay, nice woman, nice woman. It was the one that I'm thinking of. I can't remember what all these politicians look like. They're all hazy day gone tomorrow, aren't they? Life utopia. Soy 6 is always worth a visit. I always make a point to visit the Queen Victoria Inn. Yeah, a pint of Guinness is around 220 baht a pint, which isn't bad for Thailand. 220 baht, that's about five, well, it's just over a fiver, isn't it? It's over a fiver. The Soy 6 is always worth a visit. The Queen Victoria, um, yeah, I used to love that place many years ago, and then it's sort of I had a couple of not so good meals there. But in recent times, I've had some nice things. The carvery is nice there. Yes, Soy Six, the Queen Victoria. It's a great street, wonderful street. For those who've never ever been to Pattaya, go and see Soy Six. Go and have a pint at an English pub here called the Queen Vic. Have a nice Sunday carvery and go and fill your boots with the ladies across the road. Absolutely. Yeah. Bilbao Kelso, Ed King Kong Bar. That's where I had my first jump in Battaya. That's at the top of the road, isn't it? It's near the second road entrance. Yeah, I've never actually been in that. I've been to lots of others, but never that one. Yeah. But Clan one is Cameron was a knob jockey. He asked the people to stay, people if they wanted to leave the EU, and they said yes by 2%. He was banking on a stay. I voted out and would again. Absolutely, absolutely. Well, the thing is, he promised people a referendum, didn't he? Someone had to do it. I don't blame Cameron for calling the referendum, because the thing is, I mean, someone had to do it. It had been raging on for donkey's years. That controversy. Somebody has to do it sooner or later. Nick Ross, the Reclaim and Reform Party have joined forces today. That will change UK politics. Well, good for them anyway. Good for them. All of these smaller parties, and they may mean well. They may be very determined, but I mean, you just said there that they've joined forces. Those two parties. Well, that's a sign, isn't it, that not many people are really that interested in them if they've had to join forces. I mean, you might see that as a positive thing. I see that as, trying to, struggling for recognition, really. Yeah, Greg Baston, Eddie, that live from helicopter bar in Phnom Penh, absolutely YouTube gold. Cheers. Oh yeah, remember it well, dear. Thanks for that, mate. Anyway, thanks for that. Yeah, well, what is it? Nick Ross, Angela Rayner was flashing her knickers at Boris, the dirty cow. Angela Rayner. She was the one who was flashing. Yeah. John Mitch, Angela Rayner's. Oh yeah, I know the one you mean. I thought we private part for two redheads. Okay, fair enough. But there's another more glamorous. Is her name Penny? I'm confusing there with Penny. The one called Penny is is much sexier. Sean Harris. I watched a cartoon the other day. Not having seen it in a few years. Funny to see Larry Olivier with makeup. Would be allowed these. Oh, I see. Was he playing? Lance Olivier, Caucasian. Was he playing a non-Caucasian? Is that what you mean? Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. I always thought he was overrated. Vastly overrated. As a film actor, I mean, he may have been a legend on the stage. But in the movies, that is, I never really liked him as an actor. I thought he was vastly overrated, to be honest with you. Yours Travels, my favourite Pattaya eats, Kong's, Sportsman, Robin Hood, Beer Garden. I like the Beer Garden because the view. I mean, the food's wonderful, but also the view and the music and the ambience. I've got to be honest with you, and on a glorious day, sunny day, I wouldn't necessarily want to be in those other ones you mentioned, but the Beer Garden, give me the Beer Garden. See, somebody's mentioned Soy 6, now yours has mentioned the Beer Garden. That old enthusiasm is creeping back. I'm starting to miss Pattaya. Let's see. Nick Ross, the Tory party, lives need to be okay, whatever. Are you inciting something? Category Coffee, Steady's life. I saw your video about getting bored of Thailand. I personally believe that you spent too much time in Thailand last time. I spent 1 month in Thailand recently and felt it was enough. Yeah, I mean, I usually go to other places, but I mean, all the other countries. Vietnam's another one. I've been to Vietnam lots of. I've seen all the main places in Vietnam. Really, Cambodia. I've seen all the places. In fact, yeah, some of the places there are not even worth seeing again. It'll come back over the years. It's interesting that video that I made. A number of people commented, "Why don't you try South America?" I've been all through South America. I spent 6 months traveling around South America. I've also spent a couple of months in the Central American countries, and so I have actually seen those places. It's just that you get to a stage when you just feel like you've been there and done all of that. If there was something brand new and hot on the horizon, then I'd probably be planning on going there. But I can't really say anything, to be honest with you. Nick Ross, you're behind the curve, Eddie, when it comes to politics. There's a huge change coming. Okay, bring it on, man. Bring it on. Bring it on. Richard O, when you bring a lady back to the Queen Vic late at night, you have to go into the back entrance of the Vic, which is on Soy 6. Be mindful when heading in alone. Absolutely. Some of those, not against ladyboys, but some of those ones who hang around, Soy 661. That's the back alleyway of Soy 6. Some of them are, Jesus, they're a bit over the top. They're very, very butch, and what one of them when a pastor, a while back was grabbing hold of his bollocks. Hey, mate, you want these? Oh my God Almighty, bit disgusting, really. Not for me. Not for me. Johnny B. Hi Ed, I can relate to your video of the weekend. Done a lot of Southeast Asia, and I'm not sure about do Bali, only because its summer period is in line with ours. I don't have the thirst for it at the moment. Yeah, absolutely. Well, that's it. Sometimes, it's like anything. You can go a bit tired, same old, same old. I wouldn't go to Bali again. Although, admittedly, I went there in the month of February once, and that was the rainy season there, so I probably didn't see it at its best. But yeah, absolutely. You grow tired of travel. I don't grow tired of hot chocolate, lovely stuff. Oh, that's bloody good. That's bloody good. Nice to hear from you, Johnny. Anyway, Sean Harris, Ed, couldn't you set up some sort of platform where we could tell our travel stories? You give me an idea there. You give me an idea. That's good. Yeah, but mention that to me again, because you're on Facebook as well. Uh, that sounds good. That sounds bloody good. That good suggestion, mate. Okay, we'll look into that. Life Utopia. I reckon Preti Patel would be good, fun in the bedroom. I reckon she'd be a bloody psycho, personally. Let's see. John Mitch, beer garden next to the sewage discharge pipe. Yeah, I know. I know. I mean, I wouldn't go in the water unless I fell into the water. But the actual beer garden itself is a lovely, lovely place, and you get a view of all the boats out there and everything. And the food is fantastic. I had some lovely, lovely meals there at the beer garden. It's a terrific place. Love it. Yeah, Seaside Freddy, watch the floaters, okay. Nick Ross doesn't like Pattaya anymore. Okay, okay. Paul Hoskin, I love the Top Gear program when they were all on mopeds in Vietnam. So many people mention that program. I watched it, and it was I think really that appeals really to people who've never been to Vietnam. I'd already been to Vietnam, so that one didn't really do for me. But a lot of people, that's probably one of the most well-known episodes of Top Gear. Seaside Freddy, Eddie, darling, I wait you in Siam Reap. You're not that bloody lady boy, are you, who followed me? Sean Harris, Ed, did you ever go to the Robin Hood in the Avenue Shopping Mall, second row, Pat? They do get. No, I never actually made it there. Never. I know where it is, but I never actually went in there. Nick Ross is. I'm not going to read that one out. Okay, good for you. Good. Nick Ross, if you want good cheap rugby bum, you go to the remoter part of the Caribbean. Well, Lisa Dale already goes there, I think. Johnny Bay. The thing is that it will never be as thrilling as your first adventure in Thailand, etc. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. Yeah, yours travel, Sean Harris. I like Robin Hood, but its pricing is similar to a UK city centre. Yeah, I mean it's whenever I have a walk around, beside it's not somewhere I would go. I've never been to those stores, the long gone steak. I shouldn't really mention them, but I mean they look nice. They really, really look nice. But I've never actually stopped by and gone in those places because of a daytime, or I eat of a daytime, but it's not really that road is not somewhere where I want to be eating a meal. I've been in a few others, uh, but there's places I've passed a million times. I've just never been in there. McLaren says, as long as the huge change doesn't involve Labour or Starmer bring change to the UK, I think they really, really will get in this time. Not that Labour are going to be any good. It's just that the Conservatives are in such disarray right now. Anyway. Mark Spencer, you should visit Albania. Beautiful mountains, stunning beaches, unique food, very cheap beer, and only 3 hour flight from the UK. If it's only a 3 hour flight, how come they're all bloody coming across in dinghies? Oh, that's strange. Yeah, okay, yeah, I've heard Albania's pretty good. Andrew Andrew Hammond, the new Pattaya is now apparently Mombasa, Kenya. I don't know. I don't believe that somehow. Somehow I don't believe that. I think there's only one Pattaya. Don't forget, one of the wonders about Thailand is that it's quite a safe country. It's a very, very safe country. I don't believe the same is for Kenya. I really, really don't. Sean Harris, Maybe you should try some northern Thailand cities. Well, I've been to Chiang Mai a few times. Yeah, well, the next trip, I think I will try a few different things. I'll have to really. I've run out of islands. Nick Ross, another comment from Nick Ross, doesn't like Pattaya anymore. Johnny B. I was drinking old speckled hen over the weekend. What a drink! My days of speckled hen. I don't know if they'll ever re let's see. Okay. No, I'm no plans to be having any beer anytime soon. Sean Harris, Ed, when you used to have a beer, did you ever have ice in the glass? No, no, I don't like ice in the glass. I like a cold beer. You put ice in it, it just bloody waters it down, doesn't it? Johnny B, would you be more inspired to go back to the land of smiles if Lisa Dale would become your travel companion? Yuck! You bloody yuck. She'd frighten everybody off. She would. Nick Ross, Mombasa is fantastic. Way better and cheaper than Southeast Asia. Don't forget the carnivore and Mama Africa. Amazing women. Well, sounds good. Thank you for that review, mate. Thank you for that review. Anyway, I'm going to skip through a little bit of this. Let's see. Okay, McLaren F1 race. Eddie, maybe the next question. Embarrassing songs, tracks you like that your parents used to play. Mine is ELO Vienna. ELO Vienna. Are you sure that wasn't Ultravox Vienna? And Starship, We Built This City. I like both of those songs. I like both of them. Yeah. Ed, Sean as we should get a few of us, rent a bus and a Thai guide driver and go on an adventure. That sounds good. That sounds good. You need to work on that. But yeah, absolutely. Let me see now. Michael Gianais, nice to hear from you. Nice, nice to hear from you. Even I well done, mate. Looking really good. Off the grog for good. 2 weeks and I'm in Rhodes. Oh, good for you, mate. Anyway, Rhodes is lovely. Beautiful place. Uh, Barry from EastEnders. Do you prefer Lisa Dale or your 20-stone wife? Oh, Jesus. Oh, my God. Imagine being sandwiched between them two. Jesus Christ. I'm sure some sick bastard would probably enjoy that. Okay, so let's see. Johnny B, do you think you'd ever consider going to the Gambia? Gambia is a. I've heard some good reports about Gambia. I've never actually been there, but I have heard some good reports about Gambia. I would consider it. I would, certainly I would. Yeah, McLaren. It was Ultravox. Sorry. Yeah, absolutely. Ultravox Vienna. Wonderful song. Marvelous song. Anyway, just going to do another little. Another little little story. Something that's been in the news. Something that's been in the news quite recently. Okay. Now, how do I phrase this? Let me just say first of all. Okay. Does anyone know who this is? Anyone know who this is? Okay. Now this is somebody called Mezzi. Okay. This is somebody called Mezzi. Apparently, he's 18 years old. This boy, and he was on. I think he was blocked from YouTube. He was blocked from TikTok. Basically, he's a social media. I won't say sensation because that's a complimentary word. But what he's been doing is he's been jumping on the roofs of taxis and filming himself. He's been jumping on the heads of people, filming himself. And the worst thing he's done, well, one of the worst things that he's done, he's actually wandered into somebody's home. He's actually burgled, trespassed into somebody's home. you know, for a laugh, to film himself for a laugh. And when there was children, there was a family in there, and also he actually went up to filmed himself going up to some young girls at a bus stop and saying to them, "Do you want to die?" I mean, which is like, well, how frightening is that? How frightening! He's doing it all in the name of sensationalism. So, what would you do with an idiot like this? Martin Ryder, Mezzy, Chaz Brown, Miserable Mezzy. Mark Alec, nice to hear from you, Mark. Nice to hear from you, Mark. Matthew Cartwright, New Labour voter. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Nick Ross, you just need a night out on Happy Avenue in Port of Spain. Saying wild women, lots of them, be careful. Okay. Chaz Brown, troublemaker. Yours travels, the guy from Milli Vanilli. Well, it's actually, yeah, Cats and Good Coffee. That is Lisa Dale's sister-in-law. It's actually a boy. It's actually a boy. Yeah. Martin Ryder, his latest video, he raided a Primark in Oxford Street. I mean, was he done for shoplifting? Was he done for shoplifting? Jesus Christ. There you go. There's Mizzy in handcuffs. There, he's doing this in you know, for social media, you know, for sensationalism. He says he's doing it for a laugh. But I mean, whatever his motivations are. I mean, what do you think? Do you think we should just bang these people up in prison? You know, public. He's obviously making a public nuisance. I mean, really, there are things he's done, like you know, going up to those girls at a bus stop and saying, "Do you want to die?" That must have been very, very frightening for them in this age of knife crime and all of that. Why the hell? Why are we so soft with these people? Why the bloody hell are we so soft with these people? Johnny B needs a haircut. I can't figure out whether that's his hair or whether it's a hat. Stephen West looks female. Martin Ryder, he's a father. Oh my God almighty. Nick Ross, first good comment. He needs to be jailed for 10 years. Yeah, jail him for 10 years. He's 18 now. McLaren. Whoops, I just bailed though. I'd give him a bloody life sentence alone for entering somebody's house. You enter somebody's house, that's burglary, that is. Well, you know, when you're not allowed, I'd give him a bloody life sentence for that alone. AJ, Pierce Morgan interrogated him. He needs to go boot up the arse. Yeah, absolutely. I did see that. You know, uh, Pierce Morgan, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely called him out. Carl Day, he's an absolute prick. Absolutely. Martin Ryder cut off his ghoulies. Yeah, Nick Ross, do what you do with a rabid dog. Same for Metzi, okay? Shoot the bastard, okay? Yeah, Seaside Freddy, tarred and feathered. Repair shop, boot him out of their council house, okay? Oh, I know. Repair shop. He stole the dog off an old woman. Absolutely, he picked up some old lady's dog, a little pooch, and bloody run off with it for a laugh. What? I mean, we're too soft with these bloody people. We're too soft. Some people were mentioning corporal punishment before. I don't agree with that. But this guy has done enough now to warrant a lengthy prison sentence. So why isn't he banged up? I mean, these stupid bloody laws that we have that allow people to get away with shit like this. Now this is interesting. This is interesting. Cats and Good Coffee. In the USA, he will get shot for breaking in houses. Okay. Now I I have seen videos of what happens to intruders in some places in Texas and whatever, and it doesn't end very well. I've seen where some homeowners have shot the bastards, only for breaking into their homes. I mean, the thing is with this guy, I mean, where's Tony Martin when you need him? That's what I say. Okay. Absolutely. If he was, this is what people are saying. If he was in America, if he was in America, let's see. Can we get that picture there? No, wrong one, wrong one, wrong one, wrong one, wrong one. Let's see. No, we can't get that. We can't get that one on the screen. Okay, but yeah, absolutely. I mean, I've seen quite a lot of videos of homeowners bang, seeing intruders outside the house bang, and all that. It's a pity he doesn't try this in America. What people are saying is that yeah, he'll come to a nasty end sooner or later. He'll pick the wrong person to mess around with, and he will come to a nasty end. Absolutely, Mark Olick. Put him in a small room with vintage Clint Eastwood or Charles Bronson for 5 minutes. Absolutely, well said, mate. Dirty Harry would sort him out. Bronson would as well. Yeah, Clive, welcome to mental health issues. What a prick. I think the key thing about all of this is how soft we are. We're such a soft society. I mean, if he's Jesus, there's some countries. Imagine them doing this in somewhere like bloody Cuba or whatever, being a public nuisance. They bang the fella up. They bang him up and throw the bloody key away. You know. Yeah, Martin Ryder, he was invited on Newsnight with Kirsty. Well, he's got the publicity, hasn't he? He's got the publicity that he seeks. Johnny B, can he be deported? I believe he's British. Actually, he's British. Stephen Tutty, Missy reflects our lack of civil obedience. Absolutely, I think he's taking advantage of what a soft. These people are not afraid of prison anymore. They're not afraid of jail. I mean, you just look at him there. He's laughing as he's being put in handcuffs. He knows he's not going to be dragged into a cell and have the living daylights beaten out of him. He knows that he's not going to be put in front of a judge who's going to sentence him to years in prison. And that's how we're such a soft touch country. There's no bloody justice anyway. Anywhere in this country. Seaside Freddy, I have rights. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Bottle Baby, similar to the guy who crashed his aircraft and filmed himself jumping from the plane while filming a video saving the plane falling from the sky. Bloody idiot. Absolutely, absolute idiot. Andrew Hammond, Stephen Tutty, Johnny Bay. I'm sure he wouldn't do that in his home country. Well, I think this actually, I actually think he's British. He's British. This actually is his home country. Seaside Freddy in Singapore, he get a public flogging. I know. Imagine trying shit like that in there. Who's this? Catching Coffee. I know a hetero YouTuber. It's not Hetty that kissed a lady by passionately in a pub just to get views, comments, whatever. I've got an idea who you mean there. Samba guy, I watched him on Piers Morgan. His point is Western society. Our laws are a joke. Well, they are a joke. They are a bloody joke. We allow people to get away with shit like that. McLaren, yeah, absolutely. Can't. I hope somebody films that bit. Absolutely. Okay. Paul Lasky, we're not like 5 minutes in Thailand. Yeah, throw him in the bloody Bangkok Hilton. That'll do him good. Repair shop. Why would he specifically mention on the Piers Morgan show that the law is weak, then do this if he's under scrutiny from the police? Yeah, fair enough. I mean, at least Piers Morgan, told him off. He called him an idiot. Absolutely. Seaside Freddy, in USA, you can't shoot an intruder unless you can prove that you were in imminent danger. I'm pretty sure that people still do because I've seen some of the videos and the aftermath of it. Yeah, Mark Olling, if you shoot them on your front lawn, make sure you drag them into your house. Good idea, Mark. Well said. I mean, for me, the crime of burglary or home invasion is a should carry the death penalty anyway. Martin Ryder, he does it because we let him. Repair shop. Tony Martin is the leader of the National Front. Maybe he is now. He wasn't there when he shot those burglars. And Mark Ollick, he looked at me in a threatening way. Absolutely. I mean, I've seen, guys in America who open fire on intruders, and then, it's justified somehow. In Britain, the guy who opened fire will be put in prison for it. I mean, I'd go along with the American, the American way of doing things. Funnily enough. Matthew Cartwright, he makes one good point. The police and the legal system is a joke in this country. Well, yeah, I'll go along with that bit. Okay. Yeah, David Coleman, Eddie, I'm here, sort him out. Okay, fair enough. David Coleman's going to sort him out. David Coleman is the Bruce Willis that we all need. He's flying in. Nice to hear from you, David. Mark Ollick, I thought he had the bird's nest on his head. I couldn't figure out. What the hell what is that? Is that his hair or is that a hat or what is that exactly? Looks very, very strange. Charlie Stewart, you can't do anything to him in this day and age. He would just play the race card. He has done that. He done it on the he mentioned the fact that he's black on the Piers Morgan show and whatever, and Piers shouted him down for it. I mean, Piers said, I don't dislike you because you're black. It's because you're an idiot. Absolutely. Yeah, but Nick Ross is making a suggestion there. Absolutely. Seaside Freddy, they know they will be released soon. Absolutely. So what is he actually on? This guy. I mean, he's been banned from TikTok. He's been banned from YouTube. What is his? I'm not actually sure what his platform is nowadays. Mark Ollick says he'll be the best mate of the guy in the top bunk. He'll probably enjoy that. David Coleman, it is your government. This guy's making lots of money. I don't think he is. I think he's been banned from YouTube, but he's obviously on another platform where he's gaining something from it. Sean Harris, Ed, on about handcuffs. Have you ever been cuffed with pink fairy ones in the bed? Never, never, never. A couple of birds have suggested that to me. No chance. I wouldn't trust a woman to do that. Never. Yeah, let's see. David Comedy's 100% English. It's your school system. Absolutely. Mark Alexey, send them to Rikers Island. Okay. I'm sure that's a charming place to be. He would soon be someone's bitch if he goes to prison. He'd probably bloody enjoy it. Mark Allen. Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, Paul Oscar. Now there you go. How about that? How about that for a suggestion? Make him go out with Lisa Dale for a month. Okay, now that'll cure him. Jesus Christ, that'll frighten him off. See, oh my God. My God Almighty, that would be a match made in heaven. That would. David Coleman says he wanted to shoot the guy that sold his bicycle. Mark Oliver, I wonder if they ever found the kid who stole 12-year-old Cassius Clay Muhammad Ali's bike. People want to know. I heard that story. I don't know if they ever caught the kid, but I did. I did hear that story. I mean, his parents bought him an expensive bicycle when he was about that age, and somebody stole it on him. Absolutely, absolutely. I wouldn't like to be. I wouldn't like to be that kid who stole it if Ali got hold of him. Stephen West says this is staged. He's no father, and it's a female. Really, really, he does look very, very sort of very, very feminine, doesn't he? Martin Ryder, our police have wasted 4.5 million on policing, stop oil protesters, and done nothing. Joke. Okay, yeah, fair enough, fair comment. Absolutely. Well, I mean, they're bloody useless, the police these days, anyway. Englishman and Malta, nice to hear from you. Mark Oleg has a small arsenal of weapons. Good for you, mate. Good for you. You know, you got a right to defend your home. Good for you. Bilbo Kelso. Ed, we should have prisons like in other countries. Put them in a room with no natural light, but we can't because the do-gooders and human rights. Well, our prisons are so soft anyway. I mean, they let people like bloody Huntley and that Wayne Cousins, the evil bastards like that. They're giving them mobile phones now because you know to make life a bit cussier for them. We're absolutely stupid. Mark Olive carrying concealed. Okay, good for you, mate. Good for you. David R. Yo, Ed, cup of time here. Okay, nice to hear from you, David. David R. has lost a lot of weight anyways, but he's been in a good diet and health regime and he's looking really well nowadays. So nice to hear from you. Is a suggestion. Ed Sweeney's 20 stone white back in England. Send Mizzy my way. I'll sit on his face. I'll guarantee he will never misbehave again. He'll never bloody get up again after that. Oh my God Almighty! Great suggestion. Mark Oliver trying to get a Lockheed Martin 60 kilowatt laser. Oh, I want one of them. That sounds bloody good. That sounds good. Okay, so Sean Harris, how many have been? How many of us been pulled over by the busies whilst driving? Just about everyone. Just about everyone at one time or another. Matthew Cartwright, he's the reason we should be able to arm ourselves. The police won't protect you. David Coleman, it's all our own governments. We're destroying ourselves. It's because we've got a soft touch woke society. I mean, he even played the race card. He done it on the Piers Morgan show. He played the race card and yeah, you know, he's just an attention seeking twat, really. But you know, it's just scandalous that I mean, it's not a joke what he's done. I mean, you know, put the bloody little shit. Put him in prison. That's what I say. And you know, I mean, actually running off with an old lady's dog, burgling someone. That is a burglary. You enter somebody's home without permission. That's a bloody burglary. That is. He only gets away with it. Yeah. Englishman and Malta, send him to Bangkok Hilton, the Thai prison. Yeah, that'll sort him out. Let me see. Cat and Good Coffee. There are jails in Finland that are super comfy, where you leave your own room where you have your own room with PlayStation, IQ like fans and friendly policemen inside. No joke and true story. That's absolutely bloody pathetic. I hope in Norway, I believe it was Norway, with that Anders, that evil bastard who, I mean, he killed all those people, because he in Norway, didn't he? All those nice young studenty people, because he knew like the laws of soft touch. We need a bit of third world discipline, really. Yeah, Matthew Cartwright, the police are there to protect the state, not you. Okay. Yeah, David Coleman, yes, is breaking a lot of laws. He needs to go to jail. Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, Mark Holland, IKEA furniture is always missing the part. I'm sure that these people in the cells in Finland, I mean, they probably get the choice of what color it is. I suppose that if it's missing a part, like they'll probably go and get them a new one, won't they? Nick Ross says, put Mizzy in the army for 10 years and send him to Helmand. I wouldn't say that, because that comes back to the old argument, doesn't it? If you get these yobbos, these good for nothings, who are causing trouble and stealing and doing all the things he shouldn't do. The idea of putting them in the army, I don't support that, because there are a lot of decent young men and women who are in the army, and I wouldn't like to think that they were fighting alongside a bloody clown like this. I wouldn't want him as my comrade. No chance. Mark Ollig, it's good to be prepared. Absolutely, absolutely. Mark Ollig, is the Hanoi Hilton building still there in Vietnam? I believe so. What's his name? I can't remember what his name was. John somebody or the American vice president. He was he was in it, wasn't he? I haven't actually visited that, but I wouldn't be surprised if that it still stands. Sean Harris, change your track now. But what do you think of Bruce Lee's sister's fight? Bruce Lee's sister fight in Enter the Dragon. His sister fight. I can't remember that one. I didn't actually know that his sister was in that movie. Great movie though, marvelous movie. Yeah, Mark Ollie, John McCain. Yeah, that's who it was. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, good guy. Seaside Freddy, Hanoi Hilton is a tourist site. Okay, fair enough. Okay, so we've done all that. So the verdict is that Mizzy, that Mizzy is an idiot. I mean, is idiotic, stupid behavior. And the sad thing is that there are people who will follow him. They will follow this clan. But I think people are waiting. Really, what people are waiting for is um is for them really to tangle with the wrong person. There's there's a video of him for a laugh jumping up on a Jewish man's head, and he's run off with an old lady's dog. He's frightened the life out of these young girls at a bus stop by asking them, do they want to die? Sooner or later, he'll tangle with the wrong person. He'll enter the wrong home, if he may enter the home of a Tony Martin or whoever. And if ever that happens, I'll be the first to give that person a bloody good round of applause. Okay. So anyway, enough of them. Enough of them. Let's remove that one there. Okay, so let's see. David Coleman. They send them off to the French Foreign Legion. They will sort them. I don't believe that, Summer. I don't believe that. With yobbos going in the army and expecting to sort out. So, I mean, some of them come out of the army, with just, for all the wrong reasons. No, I don't support that at all. Okay. So anyway, let's see what we got. Okay, so we've been on for an hour and 20 minutes. We're coming to the end of this. It's now a nice little bit of fun anyway. I'm going to put this on the screen. Bart Simpson, who comments on the screen, came out with a really, really good little idea, a good little question. Okay, Bart Simpson came out with a good little old question. And the question is, this is the question, okay? So what are your pet hates? So, okay. I mean, Bart Simpson said he hates people when he's walking along a pavement. People in twos standing in front, walking slowly in front of him. He's trying to dodge him. That's his pet hate. I mean, I know what he means. So inconsiderate, so inconsiderate. So, what are your pet hates? I'll be back in a minute. Okay. Okay, it's Steady Eddie back. Steady Eddie back. Your pet hate. Okay, Stephen West. I hate slow walkers. Okay, well that's what Bart Simpson said exactly. Yeah, Martin Ryder off to drain the snake. Okay. Casago Coffee, Dracula's coffin sound. Are you talking about my squeaky door? Party from EastEnders. Middle-aged women taking their time as self-service checkouts in supermarkets. Okay, fair enough. It's not just middle-aged women who do that. Seaside Freddy, ignorant Margaret nutters. Okay. Mark Oleg, actually, it's people who are snobs and act better than everyone else. Oh, we got a few bloody snobby people, yeah, but here as well. I know exactly what you mean. Absolutely. Sean Harris, people that can't use roundabouts and lane filters while driving. Oh yeah, absolutely. I think I put me take on that one. It's people who don't bloody indicate at roundabouts. They're the ones who get on my nerves. Matthew Cartwright, no, that's very wrong. You can't put that on there. Paul Loskin, the bar girls, the bar girls say I do everything, and then they say I do everything. Oh yeah, the bar girls say I do everything for you, and then they won't. Oh, absolutely, yeah, absolutely. I hate that as well. Mark Oleg, I hate roundabouts. Absolutely. I mean, roundabouts are I've no problem with roundabouts. I mean, traffic lights can be worse, to be honest with you. They can be slower. Nick Ross, my pet hate are all politicians. Yeah, but what would you replace them with, though? Okay, natural in the buff Vietnamese lady. Okay, fair enough. Not going to repeat that one. Stephen West, I hate sick buffalo. Well, I wouldn't eat one. Gemini style, my pet ate ringing my doorbell. Well, why have you got one then? Yeah, Marco, the girls who promise a happy ending and then run out of lube. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, it's in Thailand till I die. Fat woman in leggings. Yuck. Oh, I know. But Lisa Dale probably wears them. I would imagine. Yuck. Horrible. AJ, being left on hold on the phone from companies with loads of money can't employ anyone to answer. Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. Matthew Cartwright, mates who don't buy rounds. Oh yeah, I know. He used to have an old friend like that. We used to call him the magician. Every time it was his round, he'd done a disappearing act. Yeah, David Coleman. I hate people that pay for one coffee with a credit card. Well, yeah, okay, fair enough. I mean, if you're holding up the queue, I mean, that could be it. But it's but where I live, you have to use a bloody credit card to use a public convenience. If I'm walking along the road and I stop at a WC, if I'm bursting for a pedal, I have to use a credit card to go for the pay. I mean that's the you get a credit card for getting on the bus. That's the modern age, really. Let's see, Katsuno coffee, Chinese and Indian tourists, bad manners in Thailand. Okay. Frank King, why do you keep disappearing? Do you mean am I disappearing on the screen or my hands disappeared? My green screen isn't 100%. Or do you mean why I keep going somewhere? I've only been anywhere twice during this stream. Paul Hoskin, bad drivers. Oh, I've seen some bloody maniac drive. There are some drivers really who just yeah, I mean, these are adults, these people who just drive like bloody maniacs. I was coming down a country road about a year ago, this narrow country road with bends, and I was driving down this country road, and then I looked to my right, and this narrow country road, all of a sudden I seen this dirty big white van that was passing by me. He was in the wing mirror. He was overtaking me and he almost went straight. He passed a couple of cars and almost went straight into oncoming. He was overtaken on dangerous bends. He went straight onto almost straight into oncoming traffic. People would have been killed. And what did he gain from it? He got one or two cars ahead. That's all he gained from it, putting people's lives at risk. Bloody maniac should be locked up. I mean, he was reported because I seen another guy stopping at a roundabout and taking his number, so he was being reported. But, bad drivers, Britain's roads have followed them, mate. Yeah, Sean Harris, to our American cousins. I only ever saw one roundabout in the USA at Gettysburg. They seem to have three or four ways, much better system. Okay, fair enough. Singapore, Dan. This young knows what a roundabout is. Okay. Yeah, David Coleman, people with leg tattoos. Lol, so stupid. Sorry, guys. Yeah, I mean, well, I think all tattoos. I mean, but on women tattoos. I mean, how many beautiful women, absolutely beautiful feminine women, have you seen who destroy their bodies with horrendous bloody tattoos all up their arms and backs and all this kind of stuff? Mark Howard, Boris Johnson is one of my pet peeves. Yeah, well, when he comes on a TV, I mean, the thing is, in recent times, if Boris Johnson appears in the headline news for any reason, you just know that this story is going to go on and on. I'm just fed up seeing the same film of him walking, running with his little doggy and all this. Just getting on my bloody nerves. Mark Oleg, I never got a tat. I don't blame you. I've never had one either. Don't see the point. Seaside Freddy, drivers that jump at stop signs. Mark Alex, someone needs to buy Boris Johnson a comb. No, I think somebody needs to shoot the bastard. I think that's what. No, just kidding. Just kidding. A comb, yeah. David Coleman, okay, fair enough, fair enough. Paranoid Peter, belly button fluff. Oh God, yeah, okay. Just cleared it off. Category coffee. I hate people talking loud in public transport, or even worse, listening to videos in their smartphones. Yeah. Who we got here? Who we got here? Oh, I think we've got. We think we've got Boris here. We've got Boris Johnson on again. Okay.
I'm not particularly impressed with your viewership.
You're not particularly impressed with the viewership.
No.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
I think they're barking up the wrong tree.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah. Absolutely. This is Clive, isn't it? This is Clive. Clive.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, absolutely. My viewership on it hasn't been bad. Don't forget, this is the smaller channel anyway. We're doing well. We've got a nice little community here. Okay, let's. Yeah. What's this? Yeah, Mark. I thought they guaranteed the happy ending or your money back. Okay. Well, no, the Thai girls are okay. Thai girls are okay. They're fairly honest, aren't they? Really, I've never had a problem, man. I've never had a Thai girl who's led me up the garden path. Really. Yeah, David Coleman. I hate women that don't shave their privates. I love them clean. Well, I like them. I like them nice and hairy. To be honest with you, nice and hairy and old-fashioned. I'd tell you what, years ago. I mean, what do you think then, Clive? I mean, do you like women nice and hairy, or do you like the modern shaven look?
No, mate. No. Shave.
Really?
Right. Oh, behave yourself, man.
I grew up when I was young. I mean, you know, when there was a naughty program on late at night, when the TV started showing full frontals, I'd stay up late to watch them, and I thought that's the female form. Natural, no tattoos, nice and hairy. I thought that's the way women should look. So to me, I mean, shaving them, that's not natural. That's not natural.
Let's put the vote to the viewership. Who votes hairy and who votes shaven? Let's see, shaven or hairy?
Well, we had something like that the other night, Clive. I mentioned something about fetuses, and it all got a bit. It's all got a bit out of hand. Mark Oleg says it's okay. It's okay. Gals having nipple rings, can't stand that. No, I don't like that. I mean, I'm not a sucker for those. You know what I mean?
I know it's coming in. Gemini star shaven.
Yeah, Sean Harris, smelly bits, if you know what I mean. Okay.
Trimmed. Oh, fair play, trimmed.
Yeah, David Coleman, you have to pay to take a pedal at where you live at. That is mad. Well, along the seafront, I mean, along the main roads or wherever where there's public conveniences, they have they don't accept coins anymore. You either pay with a credit card or you hold it in, or you pay, or you disgrace yourself in public. Absolutely.
Different area at the front, saved in between where?
Yeah.
Saved between.
Okay, Paul Hoskin. People walking along at their phones and not where they are going. Oh, they're all doing that. That's the yeah. Mark Olive wants to ask Clive if he can get a new ZX81. Do you know what that is? Isn't that the Sinclair C5 or?
I thought it was ZX Spectrum, wasn't it?
I thought it was one of the. I thought it was about a Clive Sinclair, one of those
Then that fat bloke what's his name? You're fired. You're fired. No.
Oh, Alan Sugar. Alan Sugar.
Yeah, he bought it. Amstrad bought it, didn't he?
Oh, did they? Oh, that bypassed me. That did.
Yeah, whatever it was called.
Let's see, Tom Streeter. Okay, your opinion on Western women calling men who go to Thailand losers. Yeah, tell us your opinion on Western women calling men who go to Thailand losers back. Okay, we'll that's a big subject. We'll talk about that some other time. I'll tell you what, we're getting a bit smutty here, but
Kiki loves a well-maintained garden.
Okay, let's see. Gemini Star likes shaving. Mark Allen, carpet munchers, very 70s. Absolutely. Well, I like that. I like that. My first images of women when I was watching TV as a youngster, I thought that's the way women should look. And there was something about it when a woman was nice and hairy, or if you went out with your mates and you pulled a bird and the next day, you'd talk to your mates, what was she like? And one of the things you would say, oh, she was lovely and hairy, she was. I mean, it's this shaving thing has only come about in more recent years.
Yeah, I know, but it's disgusting. I mean, who wants blooming hair? It's still...
As long as it's not over the top. Paul, as long as it's nice and clean and not over the top. Paul Hoskin being smutty.
You can probably suffocate on it as well.
Yeah. Wrist person, trimmed, okay. Joe Hart, he's with me, hairy, okay. Seaside Freddy, like shaved. Yeah. Billy Boyd, my pet hate is having a pet hate, okay. Barry from EastEnders, Ed, you're an absolute fiend for liking a hairy. Okay, well, whatever. So anyway, here we go. Sure, I was like them both shaving Eddie. Okay, Eddie, secrets classified. Eddie, secret classified documents in your bathroom, aka Donald Clump. Seaside Freddy, people working remotely in a restaurant. I'll tell you what is your pet hate then, anyway, Clive? Your pet hate.
Oh, Keir Starmer.
He's your pet hate. He doesn't even.
Yeah, but who's the other one as well? The one before him, Corbyn.
To be honest with you, I wouldn't even regard them as much as to class them as a pet hate, because a pet hate is something that's been around for donkey's years, whereas they are here today, gone tomorrow politicians. One of my pet hates when I'm traveling is when I'm thinking, I'm not planning there and then of stopping in a restaurant for something to eat, but I'm thinking of what to eat later. If I'm walking past a row of restaurants and I see something that looks good, then I just want to stop and have a look at the menu outside to see what the script is with this restaurant, whether it's good value or whether it looks tasty or whatever. I just want to stop and have a glance at the menu. And my pet hate is when one of the waiters inside spots you, he runs out at you and then wants to shake your hand and strike up a bloody conversation. He wants to drag you in there, and that gets on my nerves, that does. If I was just left alone, maybe I might become a customer. But when they run out at you as soon as they see you, I think, oh, don't forget it, mate. I was only glancing. That's my pet hate.
The one thing that I did notice when I was in Thailand is when you go to a restaurant, meals are staggered. They don't bring both meals out at the same time.
Yeah.
They always bring your meal out or her meal out.
Yeah. And
you end up watching somebody eating their meal because obviously it's going to get cold.
Yeah.
For 10 minutes before yours comes.
Yeah.
Now in this country, in this country, usually they bring both meals out at the same time, don't they?
Yeah, absolutely. Another one, I don't like it when they bring it out too early. You order a pint of beer, and then you think, I'm going to enjoy this beer, and the meal will probably be in 20 minutes time, and the next minute it lands on your bloody table. There's a place where I live where they serve what I stopped going in there. They serve what I call Blue Peter, kebabs. Do you know why I call them Blue Peter? Here's one that I made earlier. I've been in this kebab shop, and I've looked at the menu. I'll have that one, a kebab. I've turned around to look at the road. I've turned back, and about 30 seconds later, and there's the bloody thing being wrapped up. Where the hell did you get that from? You've obviously made that one earlier. Someone's ordered it and walked off.
The waiter or the waitress always comes like when you're halfway through a meal, wanting you to have dessert as well.
Yeah.
They're too blooming busy wanting to go on to the next customer, or they want to go home. No, you're gonna bloody wait. You're gonna wait until basically you've finished your food, then you order the dessert.
Okay. So anyway, listen. What I'm going to do tomorrow, I'm going to finish now because we're on an hour and 40, and that's about usually the maximum anyway. What I'll do tomorrow, I'll put the phone number on the screen because everyone can hear Clive, can't you? You can hear Clive quite well. So obviously the phone is working there is quite well anyway. So Mark Alex says, Eddie, can you put a poll in the chat? We'll see about that. I'm not sure about the functions for doing that, to be honest with you. A lot of these StreamYard things, functions, I don't really know how to use properly, to be honest with you. I just stick to the same old ones. But anyway, I'm going to finish now anyway. Tomorrow, I'll put the number on the screen, and if anyone wants to phone in, they will be welcome to do so anyway. And we'll talk about a couple of other things. But 100 minutes, an hour and 40 minutes ain't too bad for a Monday night anyway. So I'm going to say good night. Anyway, Clive, if you want to call in a game, maybe tomorrow or maybe come on StreamYards or whatever, yeah?
Yeah, mostly. I reckon that Matthew Cartwright needs to call in.
Matthew,
yeah, he needs to chime in and say a piece, I reckon.
Okay,
Gemini Star as well.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll put the number on the screen tomorrow night anyway. Anyway, I'll be back. Well, what's this? Cats and Good Coffee. Cats and Good Coffee. Eddie, can you put a survey to vote? Eddie, can you put a bingo in your live streams that we can play? Okay, fair enough. Anyway, it's been on for an hour and 40 minutes now, so I'm going to say goodnight. I'll catch you with you tomorrow then, Clive. Thanks for coming on anyway, yeah? Okay, all the best anyway. Cheers. Okay, that was nice. That was Clive McLaren who's coming again. I'll put the number on the screen, and if anyone wants to phone in, because it's not the perfect way of doing it, but it's not a bad little system either. So anyway, I'll say good night from now anyway, and I'll see you tomorrow at 9 o'clock. Thanks for tuning in, gentlemen. It's Monday night. Tomorrow will be Tuesday night, which is another dull night of the week. May as well tune in here. And if anyone's, wants to phone in, you're welcome to do so. I'm sure we'll have more fun and games to talk about. So in the meantime, have a lovely evening, a lovely Tuesday, and I'll see you tomorrow at 9 o'clock. Cheers.